Well, I guess it seems pretty silly for me talking about mittens and growing and scaling your business, but it's one of the key fundamentals that is the difference between having someone who's a good CEO and a great CEO, someone who's a great manager or leader and not so great manager or leader. So let's get stuck in right now and I'll show you how wearing some mittens can be the best way for you to grow your business right now. All right, so let me just cut straight to the chase right now with this podcast. The fact is this: if you are wearing mittens, it is going to be one of the smartest and fundamentally best business decisions you make right now. Now, that doesn't mean that you've got to go to Aspen on a big holiday. Not that with COVID at the moment we can fly anyway to Aspen, but it doesn't mean you have to go to the snow and wear mittens and hang out drinking nice drinks in front of the friends and fireplaces. And you know what? That sounds really, really tempting, but it's not going to help you grow your business. What will help you grow your business and scale your business right now is the fact of wearing another form of mittens, like oven mittens, mitts that you have to put on your hands. Let me just take a little backward step here and make sure you understand exactly what I'm saying here. First of all, for most people, the biggest challenge with your business and not being able to grow and scale right now is the simple fact that you are getting in your own way. As business owners, we need to fundamentally know that if we want to be able to build and grow and scale and have more impact, grow more teams, then we need to be able to get out of our own way. The reason why I say that is it's a very respectful thing to say. I'm not being critical by any stretch of the imagination, but there's always going to be people that can do what we need to do better, that can do things faster, more efficiently, more effectively. And ultimately, as business owners, we always find ourselves meddling in tasks and things that we probably shouldn't be doing. So we're not talking about here shiny objects and getting ourselves distracted. It's about the fact that business owners love to do things and small bits and pieces that they shouldn't be doing. A great example is if I was to ask you, what's the first thing you're going to do after listening to this podcast? Well, going to lunch is not it. Jumping onto a sales call is not it. Seeing another client is not it. The first thing you're going to do is something along the lines of picking up your phone and checking your social media. Or I'm going to jump on and refresh my emails. Or I'm going to go and send that text message. I'm going to quickly go and get the patient notes done for the last 2 clients that I haven't done yet. And therein lies the biggest challenge that's stopping you from building and growing and scaling your business and team right now, in the fact that you try and use helpful hands and just do the little small things when we shouldn't be doing. Now, for those that are watching this, you'll see that I'm doing a little bit of a jazz handsy type thing at the moment because we tend to always use those amazing things called hands. We grab our phone and we look at something and we go, I'll just quickly send a reply. Or we refresh our emails in Outlook and we go, I'll just quickly send a reply. You reach over to your keyboard and you start going tick, 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 tick as we start to type out, normally in a not too efficient way, a response. Now, as business owners, we justify it in our head very, very easily of, I'll just quickly do this now. Or it'll only take me a moment. Or I've got 5 minutes until I've got to jump onto that call. I'll quickly send those 2 emails now. Or I'm about to have this meeting. I'll quickly do those patient notes and I'll type up that doctor's letter now. Regardless of which way we slice this, it's never the best way for you to be able to build and grow your business. What you're actually doing in that situation is you're using helpful hands. Now, you might be bloody good at doing exactly what you're about to do, typing emails. Probably not the most efficient person at doing those. Probably not the best, fastest, most accurate typist in that situation, but we convince ourselves and we have it ingrained that I'll just quickly do this now. And you know what? You might be a very, very good typist. You might be amazing at doing those clinical notes or writing that letter. But there's always someone that's going to do it better, faster, more efficient, more accurately. And ultimately, it's pulling you away from your genius mode. It's pulling you away from where you are going to provide the most amount of value to your clients, your team, your business, etc. So rather than actually utilizing helpful hands, what if we change this around and we started to use helpful words? Now, I learned this from Dean Jackson, Dean Jackson over in the States. Awesome guy. I've learned so much from Dean. And they're really, really cool guys that came up with the moo method, the whole idea of like the self-milking cow and all of these different other avenues. But the premise is, at the end of the day, what if you actually physically had mittens on your hands right now and you couldn't check your phone, you couldn't type the email, you couldn't do all of those little things right now that you're really good at straight after you got off this podcast? And for those, again, that are watching, you'll see that I've physically got a pair of small oven mittens, right? Now, I got these about 3 years ago when I was in one of my trips to Japan with my videographer, Ken Okazaki. Shout out, Ken. Love you, buddy. And I was doing this with him and his family business and helping them out. And I physically stopped the next day on the way through to the office and got a pair of oven mitts, which were the only ones in Japan in the shop that I could find. So they are a little bit small as I got them on. They look like little hand puppets. And I got a pair for him and I got a pair for me. And again, you can see that we've actually written on them and signed them all as that little bit of a piece of advice for each other. And he sits them on his desk, I sit them on my desk, and we literally take this as a literal put your mittens on aspect. Now, here's the great thing about this. Rather than jumping off this podcast and grabbing your phone and getting a dopamine hit from who's liked a Facebook post, or refreshing your emails and quickly doing this, or sending a text to your husband or wife or friend, or quickly making this phone call, quickly doing this, quickly doing that, doing etc. What if you actually had those mittens, like oven mittens, on, and we got strapping tape and strapped them on? How would you actually send that email? How would you actually check your email? How would you send the text? You couldn't even use a keyboard because you'd be mashing all of the different keystrokes. You couldn't even pick up the mouse and coordinate where the mouse was going to be clicked because you've got big mittens, and as a net result, it'd be super hard to do that. And so what this does is it fundamentally makes you work with helpful words, not helpful hands. And this is one of the biggest fundamental mind shift changes you need to have if you want to be a better business owner, a CEO, a better entrepreneur, and that is being able to leverage out helpful words and not helpful hands. This is actually about you not being a lazy CEO, but actually being in a situation where you are more efficient and effective, and you're able to get more work done that's beneficial on multiple levels, but it's being done by people that are better suited to that work role and those task completions than you are. So your value in your business, with your clients, with your team, etc., is not most beneficial typing emails, writing little things out. It's about you working on marketing angles, working on the strategy and the business development opportunities that are out there, working relationships and getting the marketing right, getting more authority in the marketplace. Those are what a good business owner and CEO and entrepreneur work on, not quickly sending that email. So if you change that mentality around, rather than having helpful hands, you've got to have helpful words. Literally, I'd encourage you, go and get a pair of mittens, put them on your hands, and force yourself to not be able to do those little tasks. And what it does is it means you have to get good at pressing like the button on Voxer on your phone and talking it out. For me, I've got like a team of 8 full-time VAs and a full-time EA here in Sydney, and they do all of my correspondence, all of my emails and, social medias and so much of that, all of that gets done. I don't even control my email now. I have 6 companies and 6 emails. I don't even get an opportunity to refresh my Outlook because the passwords are changed and my EA controls that. And it all gets filtered. We've set up all the systems, so I only get a chance to look at that like twice a day, which means I can get some amazing work done with clients. I can get some really good deep work done and strategy work done across all of my companies, working with some amazing people. I get to be present with my kids and my family. I get to go and play golf or surf and all these scenarios and get some fantastic work done because I don't get distracted by the little small things that might be important, but we invest way too much time onto all the time in our business. And all of that comes around because it's ultimately a bad habit by all entrepreneurs and all business owners that we're just going to do this little thing now. We'll just quickly just. Well, here's the thing. Stop using helpful hands. Start using helpful words. Get people that are better at these tasks and opportunities and avenues to do that work for you and with you. It means that you get very, very good at using the right words. You get better at communication. You use the right language. You use a lot of different avenues to be more helpful and constructive in the way you work with people. So the flow-on effect to better relationships and communication with team members and clients is a net gain as well. But ultimately, you need to put your mittens on, metaphorically or physically. I don't mind. Put the mittens on. Start using helpful words and phrases and explanations and communication, right? It's smart words and helpful words, not helpful hands, that's going to enable you to build your business in the fastest way, most efficient and effective way, and most beneficial way for everyone involved right now. So team, let's go and do it. Let's metaphorically or physically put your mittens on. Use helpful words, not helpful hands, and you watch how quickly and scalable your business now becomes in an efficient and effective way. You have more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact. And ultimately, that's what our businesses exist to do. Let's go and do it. Put your mittens on, and you watch your business start to scale very, very quickly. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.